Welcome, everyone, to this week's new episode of Projecttechgaming. I'm your host for today, Rob Garcia. I'm joined by co-host Kelvin. How you doing today?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. So we got a big tech episode today, huh?
Yeah, it seems like it. We have a lot of tech news today, which is pretty good. I feel like we've been kind of putting in a lot more effort on the game side, and today I feel like it's going to be good to kind of lean more towards the techie side of it.
Yeah, definitely. We've definitely been slacking on the tech, but we got a good episode full of tech. So let's get into it. I'll give you the topics for today. Topic 1, Apple will no longer be producing the iMac Pro. Verizon tweets to turn off 5G to conserve battery life. Microsoft Edge Browser supports websites, including Stadia.
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 I fucking hate when you say Stadia.
Dude, it's come on.
It doesn't like
Stadia.
No one said Stadia. I don't think I've ever heard someone say Stadia. But anyway,
I'm gonna find somebody that says Stadia.
All right, go.
All right. Topic 4 is Sonos Partner with Audi, or partnership with Audi. And topic 5 is Mario Day, which was yesterday, March 10th.
Yesterday. Yeah.
But before we get to the topics, we have a recurring segment every week called Game of the Week. The co-host picks a game to play. It could be a game never played before. It could be an existing game that they're playing already. And they basically give their impressions on it. Kelvin, what was the game of the week?
Game of the week for this week was Celeste. So this game is developed by Matt Makes Games Incorporated. It released on January 25th of 2018. And basically this game is a side-scrolling platformer. It has like that 16-bit era kind of like graphics to it, which is not my cup of tea per se, but it's fine. Like you don't really like. I'm more of like a graphics kind of like.
You're a graphics whore. Is what
I don't know about the horror part, but I do love me some graphics. That PS5 over there does a lovely job of that. My R.P does a lovely job of that. So this was a little bit of a step back for me, but of course, I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I loved everything about it as far as like gameplay and stuff like that. And I'll get to it a little bit in a little bit here, but basically, you're playing this woman who her name is Madeline, and you don't know this from the beginning, of course, but you figure out that she is transgender, and she's actually.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So the whole basis of this game is her climbing this mountain called Celeste, and the mountain symbolizes the difficult struggles that she's dealing with in her life, basically. So there's two struggles that she's dealing with, right? The fact that she's climbing this mountain and she's going through these obstacles and challenges throughout her journey, and also the challenges that she's dealing with internally as well. So it kind of has like that double effect in that aspect. So it was very intriguing, very interesting to kind of find that out. And also the developer that made this game is also transgender. So that kind of inspired him in that aspect. He didn't actually build this character to like have her be transgender in the beginning. It was just something that he kind of took upon himself to do as he was making the game. So I thought that was really interesting. That was pretty cool.
When did this game come out?
January 25th of 2018.
And have you heard of any news about particularly this game back then when it first came out, about your character? I feel like I haven't heard anything about
as far as her
being transgender as a main character.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really made a big deal of it. I think it was something that was kind of later announced, or not announced, but kind of like leaned towards. Because I know there was DLC in this game, and I think that kind of like portrayed her as a transgender woman, like towards the DLC portion, not towards the main game of it.
Gotcha. Do you think because it was an indie game, it was a small title, that it didn't make splashes in the press because of that?
No. I honestly, you can take away the transgender portion of this thing and this game, and I think it holds its own. Like it's just such an amazing game, and I'm not really into the platformer side scrollers in this particular aspect, but the way this game handles the control schemes of this game is phenomenal. Like it feels tight. It feels really tight playing this game. You're feeling like you have every control at like, as cliche as it sounds, at your fingertips. Like you really feel like you have all control of Madeline. And I've said this in our video for Game of the Week. You can check that out on YouTube right now. The game is one of those games where it's one of those where you have to master this game, and if you don't master it, then you can get good at this game, but you have to like really master it to perfect this game. And if you don't, that's okay, you're still having a good time, but you have to like really kind of understand every single step, understand every single jump. Like you have to really navigate in that kind of like a Mario-esque type of thing. I would kind of like I would probably relate this game to like Super Meat Boy or like HoloLens.
Yeah, that's what I thought of when like a prettier Super Meat Boy kind of, you know?
Exactly. And it's cool because, like I was saying before, this game kind of tackles like mental health issues and struggles with anxiety and depression and all that stuff. And it just has like this amazing level design that you can't like forget about, because you're constantly playing this level and it's constantly pushing you to like move through, like to keep moving. You can't like really, you could stop of course, but you can't like, it's always constantly making you think, and I like that because there's a lot of obstacles along the way, and you don't have that much time to think, so you have to like constantly keep moving.
I watched you play this game on Game of the Week, the video. It looked like you were frustrated playing it. There's some parts where you were. Did you ever feel like flustered? Did you ever be like, I don't want to play this game anymore, or you were just like, no, I never felt
like I didn't want to play the game anymore. I definitely felt like I want to continue, if anything. Like I want to keep going. And that's what this game does a great job of. It's fast paced. It has amazing level design. The soundtrack too, dude, fire. This shit is dope. Like if you listen to the soundtrack, it has a great soundtrack to it. And it's one of those, again, like I said, easy to learn, hard to master type of thing. So you need to really get good at the craft of it, because it wants you to do a specific thing. And if you do that specific thing, it will reward you by progressing through the game.
As far as like where you're at the game, are you like, did you beat it already? Are you halfway through?
In our Game of the Week video, I just started chapter 2, and I got like maybe midway in chapter 2, and that's where I stopped, because I tried to beat that level and I just couldn't. It was dope. If you watch like the last 10 minutes of it, you see me going through like this level, and there's like my inner self is like chasing me. Right.
I saw it was sick.
But it was cool because I was like just maneuvering, going so fast, and I had no idea what I was doing. So, and I just thought like I just pulled some cool moves. So it definitely has my attention, and I definitely want to revisit it. I just need to find the time for it.
Okay. Well, I think I already know the answer to this, but would you give this? You're gonna give this game a thumbs up?
For sure.
Thumbs up all the way?
It's creative. It's not something that hasn't been done before, but what it does well. That's all I can say.
It sounds interesting. I mean, as far as like even the story elements, the gameplay altogether, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. If I want to play it, where can I play it?
So a couple places. Let me just look here real quick. So it's released obviously on Game Pass. You can buy it on PC, Switch, and last gen consoles as well. So PS4, Xbox. So if you want to buy it, it's free on Game Pass, but if you want to buy it on PSN, for example, you could buy it for $29.95. And there's actually a $20 special that they're going on GameStop if you want to check that out for the Switch version as well.
All right. Any closing remarks before we move on to topic 1 for the Game of the Week?
Play this game if you haven't. I know it's a fairly older game, but it's dope. I love it. I thought I didn't really have... I didn't think it was going to catch my attention, but it actually did.
Awesome. Well, if you guys are interested, we will have a video in the description below this video to watch Kelvin play Celeste on Game of the Week. Well, moving on. Topic number 1. Mm-hmm. Apple will no longer be producing the iMac Pro. It released in 2017. It was $5,000.
Was it really?
It was $5,000. What does that net you for $5,000? Okay. It nets you 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of SSD storage, which for $5,000, I feel like that's nothing. A 27-inch Retina 5K display. It only after 4 years, they pulled it off. So what are your thoughts on it?
That's a steep price to be. I don't even know. I honestly had no idea it was that much money. Like, that's insane. For $5,000, 32 gigs, a terabyte of storage, like that seems a little ridiculous.
Even with the 5K display, it's like,
yeah,
there's nothing that's coming out of 5K right now. It's all 4K. So it's like,
but that was in 2017.
Yeah, it's 27. So at the time,
5K monitor.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's pretty crazy. Who was this for? What person is buying this?
Fucking Bill Gates and like, I don't know. Like, this is definitely not in my area for sure. I don't know about you.
But is Bill Gates buying it because he's Microsoft? Probably not.
I can't imagine they don't buy each other's products, right? I mean, are they that biased? You know what I mean?
I mean, they created the thing, so I would imagine so. You know,
I guess. I mean, I've seen people from Sony buy like switches and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So so we don't know.
Who's this for? I don't know. I don't. It's definitely not for us. It was just for the wealthier people, I'm assuming, right? And for it
I would say people working in like film or something like that, doing creative stuff, really using that resolution. That's the only way I can justify it if you're using it for.
Yeah, people in that expertise, but even so, just people that just have money to blow, I think they would have copped this for sure. But after 4 years, it's gone. I mean, that tells you something, right?
Yeah. Do you think that Apple is trying to move away from the desktop PC? You know, with their iMac line, do you think they're like most of our customers are buying MacBooks, the laptops, right? And it's moving towards the tablet space, right? More people are adopting tablets. They're eventually you're gonna be able to use a tablet over a laptop. Do you think it has something to do with it, where people are adopting the laptops more than their products?
Yeah, because I think in this day and age, convenience of like, you know, just the convenience of like moving around with some type of device is key now, right? You don't want like a big monitor anymore to have kind of like as a desktop to just sit there in your living room or sit there in your office room. It just doesn't seem practical anymore. And I think I feel like we've been leaning towards the laptop, towards the tablet era for a while now. And so this is probably why they're kind of like, you know, changing their course now. And it just seems more reasonable to have something portable in this day and age, you know, like when people are definitely like, you always want a device with you, right? Even if you're going on vacation or business trip, like you want something portable and something that's reliable, portable, and also something that you can just pick up and go. And a desktop can't do that. So that's probably why they're kind of changing their course in this aspect.
Think of the baller PC you can build with $5,000. That's all I'm thinking about the whole time. I'm like, I could build a PC. That's insane. A supercomputer I could build.
Yeah. I mean, I think our PCs are pretty dope right now. Imagine with, I'm pretty sure we spent already $5K on right? You don't think so? Like with all the fucking things that we bought.
No
since
way.
Day one?
No
Since day one.
No way. There's no way.
I don't know, man. With all the little gadgets and little things that we're buying here and there, I feel like not necessarily in the PC, but like as like in general, like everything that we bought.
I mean, it might add up, but I don't know if it add up to 5K. Regardless, that's over a course of years that we've been
for sure
upgrading and all that jazz. Apple reportedly is working on an autonomous electric car, foldable phone, and smart glasses. So
that's wild. First of all, they're like definitely changing their scope, right? And they're just trying to get a piece of everything, which is cool. Like I feel like Apple definitely innovates. So wherever they're going, they are gonna innovate.
Well, I feel like they haven't innovated in a long time. I think as far as like their products go, I feel like the last big innovation that they had was the Apple Watch. Right? That's the big thing that everyone's putting on their wrist now. The next thing, I mean, the thing before that, I say, was the iPhone. Right?
Well, they're the pioneers is what I'm saying. So they innovate and they keep it. Once they innovate that product or once they innovate in that aspect, they continue to kind of upgrade in little increments, right? But
Yeah.
as far as what Apple does, if they go into the phone business, if they go into the gaming business, I would like this is just me speaking out loud, but I just feel like they will find something. Like they're not just gonna go into, let's say, the gaming industry, for example, or the car industry, for example, with just anything. They are gonna go in there with some quality, high tech shit that we don't have right now, and then if it succeeds, they're just gonna increment, like upgrade it, like in little bits. You know what I mean? Like, and just kind of change things little here and there. But as far as like with the watch, for example, that was huge, right? Like we have a watch that does pretty much what our phone does. And now that it's popular, now that everyone uses it, all they're doing now technically is just kind of upgrading the screen, upgrading little, devices here and there. But as far as what they do initially, I feel like they do innovate, and then they kind of keep it consistent throughout. You don't think so?
No, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I was just waiting for you. I thought you were going to keep going. That's why I was letting you speak. But yeah, I mean, when they do release that car, it's going to be insane. Like the whole world's going to be watching, and then you'll probably see it on the streets, and that'll be it for that. And then I'm curious, honestly, for the smart glasses. I know Google tried doing it, and they didn't succeed. So if there's anyone that's going to succeed in that space, it's them.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. Once they find that niche for the smart glasses and people like grab onto it and it sells like gangbusters, they're gonna keep going with it, and they're just gonna do minor upgrades to it. Again, same thing with like the earbuds. They've upgraded their earbuds to the pros, which we have, or I have at least, and they do decent stuff to kind of like change the game a little bit, but it's not anything like overbearing.
Yeah. I just, like I said, they haven't innovated in a while. I think the last thing that was their big innovation was the Apple Watch. So it's cool what the next thing will be that they're putting their resources toward.
I also don't think they need to innovate every single time, right? Like they have what they have right now, and it's doing well. So they want to keep it that way until they start seeing sale numbers go down, and then they're like, all right, well, this isn't kind of going our way right now, or this is like kind of slowing down in production or slowing down in sales. So let's kind of change it up a little bit.
For sure. Well, rest in peace, iMac Pro.
$5,000.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll be that missed. Yeah, I don't know if he'll really be that missed. But moving on. Topic number 2. Verizon tweeted out, turn off 5G to conserve battery life in your phone. So this is from a report from The Verge. Verizon 4G network is reportedly faster than its 5G network. Tests indicate that 4G download speed reached 815 megabits versus 5G only hitting 358 megabits per second. So more than double.
Yep.
Which is insane. What do you think about that first off right there?
It's just, I don't know, like, it's kind of crazy, right? Like, you would think 5G would be the best thing, like the hottest thing on the market right now. And it's kind of not doing what it's
when the previous generation thing is outperforming it, and it's better.
It's weird. It's just wild. But I just think that because not that many places, not that many like towns and cities have that infrastructure yet to kind of allow that 5G network to actually like do what it needs to do, like the frequencies as far as that goes. And I don't think we're there yet as far as like nationwide to have like 5G networks.
So on the frequencies thing, it's the key to 5G becoming bigger and better is C-band, which is, if you don't know what C-band is, it's a type of frequency. Yep. It allows, the C-band will allow faster speeds, but you will only be able to get that C-band frequency if you have a specific plan with Verizon. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have that plan, you're going to be left in the dust, essentially. Like they're trying to push more people to adopting the more premium plans, and that's when you get the C-band.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of what do you think? Is it like a shitty move on their end to do that, or is it just kind of like, this is
they've always naturally kind of did this. They always like when there's a new technology that's out, or if you want to use this, you have to move to this plan. They have to, because then people are just going to be grandfathered in forever and never change plans. So they're like, we need to. We'll give you more stuff. Like we'll give you a limited this and snap, but the plan's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and also like the people that are starting with like the lower band 5G, they have access to more 5G around, their area, but it's just not as strong of a frequency. You know what I mean? So the people that are going into the premium, they have a more higher frequency, which means a better 5G network, but they're just not in every single part of, where they travel, depending on where they live.
So you have a 5G phone,
Yes.
as do I. Do you notice a difference?
I have no idea. No, not at all.
Yeah,
like honestly,
I have not.
And even when it is on 5G, I'm like, what the fuck? It's not even like I need to download this shit, or come on, like I need to watch this video. Like, why is it taking so long? Like it honestly hasn't feel like it changed at all.
Do you think carriers jumped the gun with 5G?
Yeah, I feel like 4G kind of came, and I feel like I never even realized when 4G came. Like it just kind of like we just moved on to 5G all of a sudden. I think they did.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say I think the jump from 3G to 4G was huge compared to the jump from 4G to 5G.
Yeah, for sure.
3G, I was like, you were sitting there freaking for 5 minutes, and at 4G, it's like, oh no, it's like actually decent internet speed now.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So like that in comparison, that's like going from PS1 to PS2, and then us going from like PS3 to PS4, like for 5G, from 4G to 5G. It just didn't really feel like a significant jump, right? So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna get better, right? It's gonna get better as we kind of progress through the year, but I don't know. Right now, it's just not doing anything for me. I feel like I still have 4G.
I feel like it was a hype thing. It was
definitely of a hype thing. Yeah, and I think it's going back to what you were saying. I think that carriers did jump the gun a little bit, but I feel like at some point they needed to kind of start doing that infrastructure for their company and start kind of like pushing that. Otherwise it would never happen, right? You would have to kind of wait till everyone's on board, and not everyone's going to be on board. Like California, for example, probably has better frequencies than we do. That's just the nature of the game. You just have to kind of like hope that as you keep going, it'll improve and everyone's kind of like a little bit closer to the same page.
Yeah. So I guess with that, we'll end it with you don't have to get a 5G phone right now. Wait.
No, you could wait. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it's not all that big of a deal.
Me and Kelvin are just impatient and need to have like the
newest and biggest,
the newest shiniest thing, with technology wise, right? Moving on, topic 3. Microsoft Edge Browser is coming to Xbox. Now, this isn't the first time that an internet browser was on a console. Just a little tidbits here. It's currently in alpha testing. Users can now use Microsoft Edge on Xbox Series S and X consoles, so now Xbox One. Supports Google Stadia streaming service.
Okay.
Right? Not Stadia, Stadia. See, I did it right this time.
You did. Good job.
It improves browser-based game services, so you could use Skype and Discord through it.
That's big to me.
Yeah, that's huge.
For me,
there's no release on it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this. Is this exciting?
It is. I think and if you read it, it doesn't seem that exciting. But if you actually dig deep into it, it's actually pretty useful. It's actually pretty helpful. The whole being able to use Stadia, I guess first let's start with that. That's pretty dope. And I think we've had a conversation about that in previous episodes where we didn't know what Stadia was going to be doing. We didn't know if they were going to be just like a publisher in a sense, or if they were just going to what was the stake of Stadia in 2021, right? And I think this is going to be the answer. I think that it's kind of like what I said, where they're going to definitely be putting their software and into different systems. So I would see that in Xbox. I could potentially see that on PlayStation. I could potentially see that on PC. Like obviously it's on PC, but like things like that, you know, they'll start diversing their platform to different consoles.
With this, do you think that Microsoft is trying to make Xbox into kind of like a mini PC?
I feel like that was the nature of the game.
Adding the web browser and making it more like a multimedia machine, you know?
Yeah, I think, yeah, they're all...
It even looks like a little PC. Like the box itself looks like a PC.
These consoles now are just closer and closer to PCs. The more and more like we, you know, move on to generations. The PS5, like it's a mini PC, right? Like the tech inside that, the tech inside the Xbox, like they're not up there with PCs, of course, but they definitely have like all the infrastructures that a PC has. And yeah, I think this is a good move on Microsoft's end to kind of have that, you know, that browser to just, even if people don't use it, I feel like it's still good to have in case with how fast the consoles are right now. Like you can just kind of like pick up, play a game in seconds, and then switch between games if you wanted to in seconds. Having a browser is going to be useful. Back in the PS3 days, I think that would have been great. PS3 had a browser, right?
It was awful.
But it was terrible. It was awful. You couldn't even like.
It was unusable. It was almost unusable. Yeah, it was bad. I mean,
I found ways to use it. I don't know how, but I did. But you couldn't play a game and then back out and then go onto the browser to go into like GameFAQs.
It was like its own, like almost an app itself. Where like
you had to close down the game and then you had to open that. So I think this will be super useful if you don't have a PC near you for whatever reason. If you don't have your phone with you for whatever reason, you can look up like some type of like GameFAQs or something that you're if you're stuck on something, for example, you can look it up on the browser and there it is. But I think what's really interesting is the whole Discord channel. I think that's dope because for example, I want my Discord on PS5. I wish PS5 had like a Discord app, but they don't. And I feel like it'd be useful because now I have to use my PS5 and then I have to use my phone as the Discord app. But then there's no way for me to like connect my Bluetooth, my headphones to the phone and to the PS5. So I'm hearing like I can listen to you, but I can't listen to the game, like the sound of the games. So it doesn't like add up well. So I just wish there was a way to kind of like hear everything just in my headsets.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if they're not going to release a native app for Xbox, this is the next best thing, to actually be able to use Discord. It'd be nice to like be able to have everyone join a server. Like it's annoying. Like all my friends are on PC, but I can't talk to them because they're on Discord.
Right.
And no one wants to use in-game chat because the in-game chat is bad.
At this point, console should have a Discord app implemented already. Like even as
it's
just
the
like a
service
second option. It is.
Yeah.
It'd be so useful. Now, question: do you think Stadia will benefit from this now that Xbox is kind of like pioneering them to kind of be in their browser?
I don't see the purpose of it. I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a reason for it because I'm on a gaming console,
right,
to play games. It can already play games. I'm home. I'm playing my games. Stadia was meant to be able to play games on the go and be able to use any laptop or tablet. Right, but you're already home. What's the point? Like I'm on the gaming console, so that's why I'm like I'm gonna log onto a web browser, go on Stadia.com, and play a game when I'm already on a console that plays game. Well, that's why I'm like,
with Microsoft doing their xCloud gaming service as well. I don't know if this is something that they're leaning toward as well, but maybe. So think of this scenario, like if you're at a hotel and you have your phone, you don't have your Xbox, but you have your phone and you have the xCloud app, right? Can you use that? And then does it have a way to use Stadia as well as part of like the xCloud like app feature? You know what I mean? Like would that serve a purpose? Would that make sense at all? Like, I don't know how that would, kind of like work with the app itself.
Yeah. I mean, before we even talk about Stadia, it still needs to prove itself as a service.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people are adopting it because it's not that great of a service. So if it's not that great in the first place, even if it's on your Xbox, you can log into it. It's not going to matter if it's not good. So that's kind of like my thoughts about.
I mean, I'm not excited
thing.
for Stadia. I'm not like that doesn't do anything for me, right? I think the only thing that really does something for me is the fact that Discord is usable on Xbox console.
Yeah,
like,
and I like that you can like basically alt tab to go through the web browser, and like you said, if you want to see that, that's a cool feature. So, welcome addition to the Xbox for sure.
For sure.
Topic number 4 is Sonos is partnering with Audi. Sonos is known for home speakers. The Q4 e-tron will be the first car to feature these speakers. They're going to join the car outspace with Bose, Bowers and Wilkins, and Bang. I'm gonna butcher this. Bang and Uflufsen. Definitely German.
Uflufsen, yeah.
Uflufsen, yeah. So this is pretty cool. Sonos is a California based brand, and it's making it into these German cars. Your thoughts on that real quick. What do you think? Do you think it's a welcome addition to the car speaker
I think so, yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know much about Sonos as far as like their quality goes, but if Audi is kind of partnering with them, I'm assuming they are pretty good, right? I can't imagine Audi not, partnering with them because they have like shitty quality, right? So, I mean, I think that's a great, addition to Audi's speakers. I think it's cool. What about you?
I think, like I said, I've listened to like their home speakers. I think they have like a Sonos One, and I've always been impressed with the sound.
Yeah.
It's comparable to those guys we just mentioned.
Yep.
So, question for you: do car speakers matter to you?
Yes, very. Why? I feel like you're in your car more so than, or just as much as you're at work, right? Like, at least for me, I'm driving to work. Maybe not for you. I can see why, but I drive to work every day, and my main thing is podcasts. Like, I love listening to podcasts. I listen to music, obviously, but not as much as podcasts. Like, I love listening to podcasts. So that, to me, I love to just kind of be in that zone. I love to kind of channel out everything. Like, when you're like driving and you have no idea how you got to a certain place, you're just like, oh shit, how did I get here? Like, that's basically me every single day, because I'm so in tune with what I'm listening to. And I think the speakers have a lot to do with it. Like, if you don't have quality speakers in your car, I mean, you can kind of hear like the little bass in the background, or like the little rattle in the back of the car. Like, you don't want to hear that stuff. Especially now with like doing this podcast stuff. We talked about this last episode, I think, but listening to sounds in general now, or like my quality of sound right now is like so heightened. Like, I feel like every little thing I'm like just like focused on, you know what I mean? So
yeah, you kind of get it. You develop an ear for it, is what happens.
Definitely do, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think it's important, at least for me. And then people that are like, they love listening to music as well. Obviously, it's important to listen to like good quality music. And I think having those quality speakers in your car just kind of gives you a better, like, I enjoy my ride to work every day because I have my podcast and I have my speakers that I just, again, it tones me out from everything else, from all the cars in the background, from all the noise in the background. I just listen to that and I just drive.
Yeah, I mean, I have, my car has both speakers, and I love them. I'm just like, I can't go back to not having speakers that don't sound like this, because you will miss you'll notice that you don't hear those things that you would hear with those kinds of speakers and that sound quality.
Right.
Another big too is when you have better speakers like that, you don't have to turn up the volume as high.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're not blasting your fucking eardrums out either. Exactly.
So I do think car manufacturers have come a long way with their speakers as far as like their stock speakers go. Yeah. I think they're just compared to what they were back then. I think you could easily blow out a speaker very, very fast. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I've done a few of them back in my car. Yeah.
back in the day.
I have JBL speakers in my car, and they sound fantastic. Like, I love how they sound. I had Bose speakers on my Maxima, Remember the Maxima?
Do you think
And
the JBLs sound better than the Bose?
I think so. Remember the Maxima had that weird like rattling noise, sort of like on my side of the car. Every time I would like play a certain, it had to be a certain like it had to be a certain song. Like the bass had to be just right so that you can kind of hear like a little rattling somewhere, and I couldn't figure out what that was.
Interesting. That might just be something that was loose, but so far out of the two, you like the JBLs more than
Yeah, I have no complaints with them. Yeah.
One thing I am concerned about with the way speakers are heading and just overall car technology is you used to be able to, like, if you wanted to upgrade your car speakers or you wanted to update your infotainment, it was very easy. You just took out the center console thing and the unit and then put the connection. But now all the controls are like integrated into that dash. Your heating controls, your the way you do music.
It's all digital now, and
if that thing breaks, like you can't just go and get a replacement, or if you want to switch it out, like granted they are good now. There's no really big reason to change it out because they're that good, but it's just going to get more expensive because when these cars do get old and those things start malfunctioning because it's going to be old technology by then.
Yeah,
we're kind of going to be SOL.
Yeah, we're going to be shit out of luck. But also, I just thought about too, like, just imagine like our kids are going to be having like their first car, and it's going to be like a 2015 fucking, like, it's going to be a dope car for them. Like, they're going to have all the bells and whistles that we never had when we got a car. And like, it's insane. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, they're gonna have like a.
I think just the safety features alone
that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll have safety features. Like, we didn't have any of that. Like, my first car was a Toyota Solara, like a 99 Toyota Solara. Like, it was just like nothing crazy. And our kids are gonna have like dope shit. Still old in our eyes, but they'll still have like all the bells and whistles that we never had.
Yeah, you'll have a peace of mind because everything is gonna be safer. You know what I mean? Like, they'll have like the whatever it's called, the rear passenger or the rear view camera thing.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was crazy.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to topic number 5, the last topic of the day.
Before we do.
And yes.
Are you going to buy this Audi?
No.
You don't want it?
No. It's tons of money.
How much are we talking? What's the Q4?
I don't know. It's an e-tron, so it's an electric car. So.
Oh yeah, you're talking.
Yeah.
You're talking up there. All right.
Yeah, we're talking up there. That's not on the cards right now, but I'm happy with my little Mazda. So.
All right.
Mario Day.
Hey.
So. Mario, I guess it was just a day to celebrate Mario.
Yeah.
Then Nintendo was just like, hey, there was a bunch of sales going on.
They've been doing this for years though. Like, this is just now that I'm just like thinking about like, oh shit, it's Mario Day. Like, I didn't even care about it until now.
So just some little information about Mario. Obviously, everyone knows who he is, but he was released by Nintendo in 1985. Has released over 200 different games. It is the best-selling video game history of all time. We did do a poll 2 days ago in regards to this on our Instagram.
Yep.
And the poll was Zelda or Mario. And who did you pick?
I picked Zelda.
Yeah, that's the right choice.
Yep.
Zelda ended up winning.
Oh, did it? Okay.
I believe. Yeah, Zelda ended up winning by a little bit. But a lot of people, you can't choose between the two.
We can't look at the poll status right now. Like, it's gone.
Not right now, but I'm pretty sure Zelda won by a little bit. Yeah. So it was close though. It was close.
Yeah. Last time I checked, it was like 40 to 60%. Like obviously, Zelda was 60, and I think Mario was 40%.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, Zelda just holds a special place in my heart. That's why I picked it. I like the kind of games.
What does it do for you? Like, why does it hold such a special place in your
heart? When I was younger, when I first started playing video games, I remember playing Ocarina of Time on an N64, and I just vibed with that kind of world more than Mario 64. Mario 64 was a lot more happy, and it was like, just collect these things, collect the stars, where Zelda was a little more dark and a little more bleak, and I like that, and I like that you had a sword and a shield, and It was just more of my type
More
of game.
your style, yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I never got into Zelda like that. It was weird because growing up, I never really enjoyed Zelda. I never really finished a Zelda game. But it wasn't until, I think honestly, like I'm kind of late in the game, but it wasn't until Breath of the Wild that I was like, holy shit, like this is special. This is an amazing game. And I did play, I dabbled with some of the previous games, of course, but this one is the only one that really hit me. Even, what was the one that you tried to get me into play and I just could not do it?
Wind Waker?
No, Wind Waker I loved. What was the
Twilight
one
Princess?
No, bro. There was one, Majora's Mask. It was Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it was Majora's Mask. You're 100%
I
right,
tried to play that and I just couldn't do it. Could not do it. It just wasn't for me. The whole
It was
I
a
hate
time.
any game.
I
hate any game that that times me. I just can't do it. Like don't time me, bro. Like chill out. Like I don't like that shit.
You don't like the
Let me take
pressure.
my
You don't like
time.
the pressure.
Let me take my
Yeah.
time.
But that's what
yeah,
kind of made it fun is because you were on a timer and you're just like, I got to get this stuff
the
done.
anxiety
before.
kicks in, bro. No, I can't do it. I'm like, no, this is too much for me. I can't.
Bro,
And then
there's
you
a
die
moon
or
that's
some
about
shit.
to crash into the world. Like you got to hurry
all
up. Like you got to save the world. I don't know.
But this is about Mario, so let's talk about Mario. So
Yeah.
what do you what's your favorite Mario game, basically? Like, so what was okay? Let's start off with this. What's your first Mario game that you ever played?
The first Mario game I ever remember, I don't know if this actually counts, but
Okay.
the first game with Mario in it that I remember was Yoshi's Island with Baby Mario.
Okay.
That was my first interaction with Mario. Loved that. Then obviously I played the Super Mario Brothers.
That was
But-
my first.
Yeah. My first game that I love, like Mario game that I loved,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if people are gonna hound me down for this one, but Mario Sunshine.
Wow, that's like
Mario
the redheaded
Sunshine.
stepchild of Mario.
I
you're like-
freaking loved Mario Sunshine, man.
I
That was-
agree though. I am right there with you. I loved Mario Sunshine, and I thought it was such a different kind of take in Mario. It was great. I thought it was the
You're
sun
cleaning-
shining all day. You're
Yeah.
cleaning shit. Like it's fucking dope.
It's cool, like that little it turned into, I forget the name of the pack that you, the
Flushy,
vacuum
I
thing.
think. Flushy. Or
Yeah,
something?
something like that. But like you're just cleaning up paint, but it's freaking sick.
It starts off with Mario like getting arrested or some shit. Like it's just some crazy shit. Like it's just like a weird game. But like I think
It's
what
the
I love-
atmosphere. It's the beachy
it's
feel.
definitely the atmosphere. 100%. I felt like the atmosphere is like a place where I wanted to continue being in that Mario game. But I also think that Sunshine is probably one of the games that kind of pioneered what we know and love today as Odyssey.
Yeah.
I loved Odyssey. I don't know about you, but did you finish it yet or no?
Yeah, I beat Odyssey and I enjoyed it. It was great. It definitely had like a mix of everything. It kind of brought a bunch of, things from Mario together.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it more than the Nintendo Wii games. What is it called? Nintendo Wii
Galaxy?
games? Galaxy. I definitely enjoyed it more than Galaxy.
I
for
did
sure.
too. I had Galaxy 1. I played it and finished it. I didn't finish Galaxy 2. But yeah, Odyssey I love a lot. If I had to pick though between Sunshine and Odyssey, probably Odyssey to be honest. I love
Odyssey,
Sunshine,
okay.
but it's
I mean,
so close though. It's so
Yeah.
fucking close. Like it's not even funny. Like honestly, it depends on the day. Like today I say Odyssey, tomorrow I'll probably say Sunshine. Honestly,
But yeah, I mean, like the guy, he's got some accolades, that Mr. Mario man,
do you have a least favorite one though?
I don't know if I could ever say I dislike. I don't think it's very hard to dislike a Mario game,
I guess, yeah.
right? Like I don't know if I actually have one that a least favorite. I'm trying to think like GameCube.
I'm not a
Nintendo
huge fan of-
64.
If we want to talk broad, I'm not a huge fan of the Mario Party games.
I love Mario Party. I love Mario Party, bro. Like it's
The
so fun.
last few ones have been kind of eh.
Yeah, I would say the last few ones.
The ones that we had as a kid growing up, bangers. I think which one we played a lot of like
Two.
Mario
I
Party.
think two or three.
Was it two?
were two. I think Mario Party 2
Bangers.
was the big one.
That shit was
those
fire.
are great.
That and,
we can't
like,
forget about
Yoshi's
Mario
Island.
Kart 2. Like this guy's done
Mario
everything.
Kart. Yeah. He
Mario
did.
Tennis. Like this, he's just.
That's another thing. So I'm not a huge like sports game fanatic. So playing Mario Tennis or playing Mario, I know they're fun. Like Mario Golf, they're super fun. Even if like you don't or you're not into those sports at all, like they're just fun to play. but it just doesn't do anything for me. I feel like I pick it up, play for like, an hour or two, and that's it.
I could go hard on Mario Tennis. I freaking love that too. Yeah, I can't pick which one I dislike the least, honestly. If I did have to choose, it'd probably be Galaxy one, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, they were different because they definitely added, like, the Galaxy games added a lot of, like, of the jumping mechanics that you see in today's games, like Odyssey. It's funny how you notice the growth in Mario games. So you're going from like Galaxy to Odyssey or to Sunshine and Galaxy. Like you definitely see the improvements in what they took and what they removed from each game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. There's a couple. I think there were a couple sales on GameStop and a couple things on some of the Mario games. I think Nintendo eShop has a couple sales on some of the Mario titles. So go ahead and check that out.
I was just thinking for some reason.
What?
Mario just spiking in Smash, of how like fucking
how much power he puts.
How much power he puts into that shit. Like, but you love it. And then the best thing about Mario and Smash, this is random. I'm sorry, I was just talking about it. Is just like his up B, and he just like
the disrespect
that you make. It's the noise. It's 100% the noise.
If it was just like a regular like punching noise, you'd be like whatever. But the fact that like it's the coins, it makes it hysterical, and I just feels That's great. That's great. It's another one he's been in Super Smash Bros. Like, insane. Before we end today's show, we did a little. We're gonna do a little Q&A from our Instagram. We asked on our post today if you had any topics or any questions about anything in tech or gaming that you would like answer here on the show. So we have a question. It's from the Happy German. Have we talked about Deathloop? And how do we feel about the new Charizard statue? So let's talk about. We did talk about Deathloop when they showed the PlayStation showcase, right?
Yes, yeah. We briefly did. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Deathloop? What do you think?
Yeah, I think what we said before was it looks interesting. It definitely is a Dishonored game, right? It's just slap Dishonored on it, and there you go. I don't think I'm gonna get to it just because it seems fun. It has all the it checks off all the right boxes, but there's just so many games right now that I just can't seem to like sit down and actually play it. But it seems cool, like the way they have kind of like this again like death loop to it. So like
I think that's the coolest part about the game is that death loop.
And then the badass things that you can do. The fun thing about those games is that you can do. There's different ways, and there's speedrunners that do this too. Like there's different ways to play that game, and you can kind of like tackle a level however you want, and you can kill somebody however you want, depending on like what weapons and stuff and what's in your arsenal. So that's the kind of like lore behind that game, and that's what intrigues a lot of people. Where like you can just grab some guy, like slash their throat, and then speed over to the next guy and like stab a fucking knife through the forehead, and then do some crazy.
Or you
shit.
can go guns blazing.
You can do whatever you want, and I think that's the appeal to that game. But again, I just can't seem to like squeeze it in my time right now. I mean, if they have it for Game Pass or something that kind of like a demo, I would definitely try it out though, for real.
Yeah, I honestly feel that game is more like.
But I said Game Pass. Sorry, I said Game Pass, but it's coming out for PS5 exclusively for now. So. Yeah.
So the Happy German, if you want Deathloop, you're gonna have to buy PS5.
Yes. Speaking of PS5, was good.
Let's go.
You didn't tell the audience. That was the first thing you should have said.
I slipped my mind, but
drum roll. You got yourself a PS5, my guy.
I got a PS5. It's coming soon, and we finally did it. Got it. I'm excited.
Shout out to my boy Ed Johnson for hooking my boy up.
Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate it, man. Been looking for a couple months here on getting one, but finally going to be able to enjoy one.
It's been a while, man. The fucking stars have aligned. You're fucking getting a PS5 finally. What's the first thing you're going to do on that PS5?
What do you mean as far as like open the box? That's probably the first thing I'm going to do is open.
When you have it turned on, what are you going to do? Like just check out the menus? You're going to download a game? What are you doing? You don't have any games to play.
You know what I'm going to try, honestly? And I could thank you because of your PlayStation the top 5 PS5 games to play.
Check it out on YouTube right now.
Is Astro's Playroom. I'm going to try that first.
Oh, yes, for sure. Try that. Dope.
So that's going to be the first game I'm definitely going to try on PS5, and I'll give my impressions of it and stuff like that. Yeah. So exciting stuff. And then there was another he had a second question about how do we feel about the new Charizard statue. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it, Kelv. There's a link.
Let me check it out. Let's check this bad boy. Charizard statue? Yeah,
it's on the dock here.
Oh shit, is it? Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, if you click the link. I think it's a cool statue. It looks sick.
Okay.
I saw the price. Look at the price.
That's not okay. That's
that's just
250 his HP.
And on some of the cards.
OG and his OG one. Look at that. That's smart. That's slick.
Or is it 120?
Is it 120?
I think it's 120.
I gotta check now. Okay.
It's 120.
Is it? Yeah.
I think it's 120.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's 120. It has to be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 120. It'd be cool if it was 120.
That was smart though, right?
That was sick. But yeah, it's just $250 for a freaking statue.
It looks cool though. I mean,
it looks cool.
It has the quality for it. Like it looks like it looks like Charizard. It looks like a hard plastic. It doesn't look like a cheapy plastic, but it's kind of big too. It looks significant.
It's 12 inches. It's 12 inches foot long. So it's cool. I just think it's too much money for me personally. I wouldn't spend the money on it, but if it was given to me as a gift, I definitely would happily display it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wait, where the fuck? Oh, I was gonna say, yo, where's my statue that I got from you? But I know where I put it. Sorry.
Anything else, Kel, before we end today's episode?
No. I think we covered everything. It was a great topic. The topics that we had today. Also, one thing, glasses are annoying as fuck. By the way, like having my headphones with the glasses and then like the lights shining in my eyes, like they just intensify that like the brightness and it pisses me off.
Yeah, I just don't like glasses in general. Like me, I don't like wearing glasses because they're just something on my face. So I can't.
Yeah, I'm not doing this purposely. Like I am, but I don't want to wear glasses. I'm trying to get LASIK surgery, so it's a process. But yeah, it's annoying. So
well, thank you, the Happy German.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, what were you saying about the glasses, real quick?
I was gonna say, did you wear glasses on the first episode?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did.
God damn it.
You're funny. Go watch the first episode and he'll see you'll see what he means. All right.
I'm just saying how terrible our fucking first episode was, but that's all.
The Happy German. Thank you very much for the comment and question. Well, everyone, that wraps up for today's episode. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter. Send us a like on YouTube. Subscribe. We will be posting every Friday at 12 p.m. on all streaming services and on YouTube. Also, Game of the Week gets posted at 12 on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. And that's it. Everyone have a great night. As always, Kelv, great conversation. I will see you next week.
See you, man. Take care.
See ya. Bye.